Hi everyone, welcome to Amateur Decorating Like a Pro. I am Catherine. Well, it's about that time to plant the flowers for the front porch and the back patio. So let's get started. I have this flax lily here, and a lot of you refer to it just as a variegated plant, and then some impatiens. So I'm going to combine the two in one container, and this is what I have on the front porch. So I really wanted to take time and share with you how I did that. So I started off with this lily, and I basically just remove it from the pot and loosen up the roots. You definitely don't want to just transfer from one pot to the next. Those roots have been in those containers for a minute and they're very compact. So you want to give them a little breathing room. And if you want to sprinkle them with a little bit of water too, that's fine. The same thing for the impatiens. Look how well packed these guys are. So I decided to just loosen up the roots here as well. I do have gardening gloves, several pairs, but for some reason my hands were itching and I was just not interested in that. So why not get your hands dirty? You know, we've been waiting to get outside to have a little fun, so enjoy the process. We've not done our pressure wash, and the pesticide guy has been here and sprayed the yard. I am not going to operate in the yard when the pesticide is newly sprayed and strong. That would not be good for my skin at all. I'm so excited. I'm ready to add in the plants. The potting soil is at a reasonable height. I don't want to have it too high or too low. I want the top of the soil to be slightly lower than the edge of the flower pot. So now I'm just going to add more potting soil around the new plant. Just kind of scoop it in. When I water the plant for the first time, I use my watering pitcher and I sprinkle the water over the entire plant down to the soil, and I don't overwater. Remember that large fern that I placed in a corner on the porch? Yes, I followed the same procedures. I loosened up those roots before placing it in the pot. I love this beautiful succulent hanging basket, and I wanted to have it on the front porch on that small table. So guys, we needed to repot it, and we also added some of the faux plants to it for a pop of color. And once that greenery from those succulents starts to grow through, that color is just going to be absolutely beautiful in this beautiful flower pot. I love plants in my home, and I'm really getting back into this. I guess with the cabin fever setting in for so long, I have missed the greenery. So I'm being intentional about adding plants back into our home. I mean, live plants, okay? You know, I do faux, but live as well. Now, this plant was not in the very best of condition. If you go to Lowe's in the very back where they have the plants that they've pretty much given up on, you can get those plants as low as 50% off, if not sometimes a little bit more. So that's how I got this one. I paid full price for one, and this one I got for around like $13. And I was like, you know what? This one is not that far gone. I know what to do. Hey, utility scissors are the very best when it comes to opening up these flower pots and getting those plants out. I love this method. These flower pots are from At Home. Now these flower pots, as pretty as they are, they have very large draining holes in the bottom. And I felt that there needed to be some additional coverage. Now this plastic is not going to stop water from overflowing at all. I just felt like the holes were too big and I wanted to protect the soil that I was putting in there. So that's why I applied this small piece of plastic to each of the flower pots. So I have my new plant in the soil, and I'm going to add the new potting soil around the sides of the new plant, just a little bit lower than the rim of the flower pot. So as you're watering your plants and you see that soil start to look a little low, you can always just add a little bit more potting soil on the top of it. That's new and additional nutrients for your plant. So this is day number 1, and it's been about 6 hours right here. This is the following morning. I took this paper plate with me because it was comparable to the bottom of the flower pot in size, and I chose these translucent saucers. I just like the style of them, and it worked out that they looked really great underneath the plants. And also, guys, I still watered the plants very gently, but look at this one now. This is that one that was really drooping down. Now, when I was really in love with houseplants, I used to take my plants and place them in the shower, and they loved it. And I would do that like every other week, just give them a little shower, lightly let the water come and spray on them. But I can't do that here, so I use a spray bottle, and that is bottled water. It's not water from the tap. And I just spray them down gently. I've got old towels. I've got 4 of those just for houseplants, and they are just thriving. It's been about 3 weeks now. These next 2 replantings are going to be on the patio, and I've told you guys about these cylinder flower pots. I purchased 1 plant, and I'm going to split it in half and share it between 2 flower pots. I thought there were 2 pieces here. I think I picked up the wrong plant, but there was only 1. So basically, I'm going to end up taking a piece of another plant, the peace lily plant, and sticking it in the back of this one. Go ahead and just pull out this guy. See, he just comes up, and he is just one big unit. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna lay him over on the side. This is what I was looking for, 2 separate plants. And this is going to work out beautifully. And this potting soil is very soft. These. So that's how that's going to work out. See? Okay. So let's put them in the pots. Same principle. I've added my potting soil and now placing in the new plants, and then we will add our soil. Now this is going to grow out and over, so I am not going to add my normal rock pebbles to the top because I won't have to worry about the dust. But if I was going to see potting soil, then I would add the pebbles, but I'm not going to do that this time around. And yes, these flower pots would be stunning indoors as well. I love them. Hey, hope you don't mind me pausing right here just to say this. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, pressing the red button, and then ringing the bell. It's very important to our life here on YouTube. You know, we get pushed down if not enough people are subscribing to our channel. So would you do me the courtesy of pressing subscribe and ringing the bell? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They should just pop right up. If they don't, then you have to dig a little bit. But so I'm gonna go ahead and take them inside and let them dry out. If you break them, you're gonna have to dig. So I'm gonna have to get my little scooper out for those. Go ahead and place these in here, take them inside and dry them out. And like I said, I'm gonna have to dig those out. That didn't come up really easy. Let's see if we can get this next scoop out pretty good. I already know I gotta dig some of them up. I just get a good grip and I pull gently. If they release it, I'll know I don't have to. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and get those inside and put away. Let's come back and dig the other one up. Okay. Are we ready? There he is. Found him. Let's just reach in and pull him out ever so gently. See, I broke him off, but he'll come back. They'll come back next year. See, just pull them right on up. Make sure I don't have anything else down in here. Nope. Just checking. Yeah, and these belong to these roots belong to a purple heart, so it's gonna come out. But we'll go ahead and take this one over and just put it here. We'll put those in a bag and let those dry out. Hyacinth buds and tulip buds have the same storage methods. After their bloom, you should allow them to wither and die and then dig up the tulips. I know, I wasn't that compliant. I got it. And then you just clean off the soil, let the buds dry out, and you discard any damaged ones. You store the buds in a net or a paper bag and label them. You keep them in a cool, dark place before replanting them in the fall. Okay, so I did it a little early, and I've got my hyacinth and my yellow tulips in the same brown bag, but separated. They'll be in the pantry on the bottom level. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, stay in prayer and stay creative.